Hi, my name is Juliana Frisneda, and today I'm going to do a little storytelling for my oral exam. Do you like to read? This is one of my favorite activities. Recently, I read a book that was written by a female author. The book was called Redeeming Love. It's not very old, but the origin of that story it is. The main characters were inspired in a book of the Bible named Oseas. This man was a prophet, and God gave him a very controversial mission for the time in which he lived, even difficult to understand in our modern society. He asked him to marry a prostitute, and he loved her and helped her to leave her past behind. But again and again she rejected him. But Oseas didn't give up. He continued loving and forgiving her, reflecting the love that God has for us even when we live apart from him, making the same mistakes over and over again. The book was adapted into a movie. I saw it before and it made me cry. Really inspiring. Now, I also like history, especially if it's about books. The printing press was invented in 1440 by Gutenberg. It was an invention that began a new era of knowledge that was more accessible and faster. As a social communicator, it means a lot because the printing press was the device that eventually gave rise to the first mass media, the newspaper. Of course, with a perfected printing press. About this, I have another story to tell you, and it's about one of my favorite memories as a child. My mom once asked me what I want to be when I grow up. I answered, an accountant. My mother, being an accounting teacher, was excited and surprised, but the response makes her laugh to this day every time she tells the story. I told her I want to be an accountant to count stories. As you could imagine, the books were collected in my room while I grew up. And now, if you ask me, I want to be many things, but one of them is definitely a writer. Finally, I'm going to tell you about my most recent trip in Ocaña. I lived there then when I was 3 or 4 years old. It was a fantastic experience full of feelings that I really like it. We visited a Bible Institute that was created in 1963 by missionaries from the United States. In the last 10 years, a lot has changed just like Ocaña. Now the institute is modern but also smaller, or it could be because I grown up. Thank you so much.